guys, let me adjust. There you go. And welcome to Terrific Tuesday here in Connecticut. And what a wonderful, wonderful Tuesday it is to have True Power Trumpet Fitness. Anyway, raining like crazy. Armageddon doesn't look like it's going to happen. It's too warm. It's just raining like crazy. And so doesn't look like we're going to have power outages that I thought we might have had or anything like that. So that is that. Anyway, you saw the thumbnail. Pop goes the Arban. I'll explain in a minute. Unlike the last few days, I have played a little bit. So let's see what we got. Anyway, double C's, hellacious double C's, and Arban, each note popping. Now, guys, here's the deal. I know a lot of you disagree with me about the Clark. I get it. That's okay to disagree with me. You're wrong. Let me explain. You still didn't get really and truly listen to what I was saying. Guys, I love the Clark book, and I use it every single lesson I've ever given for the last 20 years. I use it, and it's great for some things, but you don't use it the way Clark says. Notes, guys, do not build chops. No matter how soft you play them, no matter how fast you play them, and no matter how many times you play them with one breath, that does not build chops. Physiology, I take that back. Correct physiology builds chops. Okay? Now, I'm going to put it a different way, and I'm going to put it in the realm of Arban. You know I love the Arban. You know I love the Arban. That was the first book I ever got as a trumpet player. My father gave me his old Arban book, and that was old. Way back in the day, I brought that to New York with me. Vacchiano took one look at it and said, get a new one because we're going to be using it. Salmone, if you can play the Arban, you can play anything. And he opened up to characteristic study. He said, look at that. Is there anything harder than that? You think Petrushka is harder than that? And he went right down the list. If you can play that book correctly, you can play anything. Okay? Now, here's the correlation I'm going to make. If you were to play a characteristic study, pianissimo, in one breath from top to bottom, and then go back and do it again, that is not going to build chops. And you know how much I love the Arban. But if you don't play it correctly, if each note doesn't pop, the Arban book is just as useless to you as the Clark book would be, playing it that way. Useless. Okay? Now, here's the deal. Each note has to pop. Well, why? And I'll tell you, there are lots of very, very successful players, like 100% of the orchestral players now, where the notes don't pop. And they're very, very successful. But what's so important about the pop? Here it is. The pop tells you that the tongue is in the right place. It's as simple as that. And if the note doesn't pop, even though you may be excellent maybe you will have success, but you do not have the full realm of chops, the full virtuosity of chops. Harry James, every note he ever played popped. Del Stagers, Doc Schutzer, Herseth, Horst Fischer, Mel Broyles. We can go Harry Glantz. We can go right down the list. Frank Katarabik, Bataillon. That's how you know. The notes pop. And that is what separates them from the merely excellent. Okay? And that is what's going to separate you from everybody else. Now, you know, and I know when I'm listening to you, man, those notes are popping. His chops are right on it. And when you go in for your All-State audition or your audition at Juilliard or whatever, they're not going to know. They don't think in those terms. But they're just going to say, wow, his articulations are great. They're clean. And you notice, I was playing as fast as could be. Each note popped. I went back to another one and played every note legato. Each note popped. I'm not talking staccato and I'm not talking slam it. That's not what I'm talking about. Every note has to pop. And then when I went from the legato, without changing a thing, I went to very staccato. Each note popped. The tongue didn't change at all. The chops didn't change at all. The mouthpiece did not change. It's the same thing. Guys, the notes have to pop. And if you play Clark, Arban, or anything else you want to play, slow to begin, notes popping, guys, you are going to build chops. If you want to take some intricate Dizzy Gillespie solo instead of a characteristic study, knock yourself out. It is not the notes that build chops. It can be a Dizzy Gillespie solo. It can be a Carnival of Venice. It can be a Clark Terry solo. It can be anything you want. The notes don't build chops. And if you play it soft and a zillion times in one breath, that is not going to build your chops. It's the physiology. The correct thick tongue placement against the soft inner red of the bottom lip, where the notes are popping, they're pure, they're clear, they're in tune, there's no strain. Every single player whose notes don't pop doesn't have complete control of the registers. Doesn't matter. If you're an orchestral player playing a 1B mouthpiece and you can't go above a high C. If you're a screamer that's using the pencil and the gizmo and all that sort of stuff, and you're tight and it's not popping, guys, squeak all the double C's you want. They're worthless. They're worthless musically. Okay? Now, before I go, in order to make the notes pop, you have to get the proper tongue compression. Now listen to this. I'm going to stretch the chops and I'm going to try to get that compression. Can't do it. Can't do it. The chops have to be relaxed, locked in. That's the pop. And your spit buzz has to pop. If your spit buzz doesn't pop, you put the trumpet on, you're not getting any pop. Not getting any pop at all. Anyway, that's it for the day, guys. Pop goes the Arban. Eat and drink fruits and vegetables and live your life. Oh, one more thing. The True Power Pitching book, as you know, came out yesterday. It's already selling. I can't believe it. I can't believe how in less than 24 hours, the sales are incredible. The True Power Total Body book is coming out today. Okay? The actual trumpet book of the month will not be out until next week. Okay? All of them are $10 if you want to do that. Some of you, if you're so inclined, the True Power Pitching is an interesting read to see how it corresponds with what we're doing trumpet-wise. So, that's something to think about too. Also, with the holidays coming, guys, if you have a family member, a child, a spouse who's an athlete, nieces or nephews that are athletes, guys, get them a $10 book, print it out, bind it like I have, and put a bow around it, and you've got a $17 present that's going to give them a D1 scholarship. Something to think about. But, trumpet. Pop, pop, pop. Love you all, guys. Have a great day and live your life with the true power, not the fake stuff.